you. And if you like midnight driving with the windows down, and if you like going places we can't even pronounce.
And welcome this afternoon to the Bill and Joe Show. This afternoon is brought to you by TomSlayton.com, Tom, SLATIN.com, and he's also bringing you Just Me. It's just me today, so I'm sorry about that, but the cool thing is that it gives me an opportunity to talk about maybe some things that, I don't know, maybe necessarily don't really interest Joe, like sports, or, gaming or stuff like that. So I do have a couple of things to get to, but yeah, it's just me today. So, One Direction, yeah, those are my boys leading it off. I got some crap from my my estranged wife for liking them as much as I do, and you know what? To that, I say cheers. I say cheers. I'm gonna have a drink with you, lovely folks, right now. Hang on. Oh, there you go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, to that I say, to each their own, I suppose. For anybody who likes One Direction, yes, I admit, being a 37-year-old father of two, I probably shouldn't. But the way I see it, I'm kind of on the cool side of that, And I don't mean cool like it's cool to like One Direction, because Lord knows it probably isn't. I mean, I wouldn't be the one to be able to tell you that. But what I can tell you is a father who plans on taking his children to concerts. I don't want to be that dad with the earplugs in. I don't want to be that dad that cannot stand the music that their kids are into. I want to be part of my kid's life. And if that means that I got to choke down some pride and find something enjoyable about Miley Cyrus or One Direction or whoever. Now, One Direction, disclaimer, I actually do enjoy their stuff. They do write their own songs. That song, Perfect, Harry and can never remember the other guy's name. It's not Liam. Louis. I think it's Louis. Anyway, Harry and Louis wrote that song. So it's like they're and when, as I mentioned before, when we saw them up in Chicago, could not have been a more grateful group of kids. I mean, really kids. I mean, they're men, they're 21, and some of them are 20, but, I mean, I've never seen a global icon like they have become be so grateful for the time, the money, everything, in between every song. Somebody had to thank somebody. I mean, it was incredible. They write their own stuff. I enjoy One Direction, so if you don't, you can piss off, but, you're entitled to that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the cool side of that, because now when I have to take, Grace to see the concert, I'll actually enjoy myself. And that's, that's something that I look forward to. Anyway, that's my defense of One Direction. I get a lot of shit about it. I went up to a bar with a buddy of mine, and he had, 7 or 8 friends. They were all sitting around the table watching Monday Night Football or Thursday night, I can't remember. And he could not wait to tell. It almost seemed like he was just waiting for me to show up to tell his friends that I liked One Direction, because he was just so gleaming. And one of his friends, I had met him at my buddy's wedding, and one of his friends goes, he was like, "Oh yeah, he's taking interest in his kid's life. Yeah, that's horrible of him." And it just kind of, I fist bumped him in my mind. I mean, because it's true. I mean, I wouldn't have listened to One Direction if it had not been for my daughter, but I'm glad that she did. And I'm glad that I can tolerate it. I'm glad that I enjoy it. I love One Direction. It's fantastic. Anyway, moving on. I wanted to talk about some apps that I've been playing. Me and my brother just came into town for Thanksgiving, and we had spent a large amount of time with each other, and we both we're never 2 feet away from our iPads, because we're so involved in these games. So I had a couple of them that I wanted to review for anybody who's looking for an app that is, I don't know it's strategy, but I don't know the technical name for it. Basically, what you do is you build stuff, and then you have to wait longer and longer as you upgrade, and then you can attack other people. It's a strategy, I guess, would be the name. But so I wanted to review a couple for you guys to save yourself some time or to recommend. The first one that I want to review is Call of Duty Heroes. Now, this game, excuse me, this game is obviously based upon the characters in the Call of Duty franchise, and you basically have a base, and you can call in airstrikes and stuff when you attack other players, which is really cool because you can you basically train your fighters, and as you upgrade levels, obviously you can buy the upgrades to make them happen like instantly, which I never do. Would not recommend it. Just, quit playing it for a little bit, and it'll upgrade in enough time. But the upgrades that I haven't gotten to look pretty sweet. Now, you're automatically just given like 100 helicopters to use whenever you want. So when you attack somebody, send in a helicopter first and gun down those turrets before you send in your troops to like steal all the oil and their gold. I mean, it's a really cool game, and it's really well done. The one downside to Call of Duty Heroes, it's available at your app store. The downside to it is the loading time. Holy crap! When you want to sit down and play it, like you press the little app icon, and it takes literally like 5 minutes to load. So I mean, that's really the only downfall that I can see of it so far. I haven't finished playing any of these games, but God, that loading time, they got to get that down. I don't know what the hell they're connecting to. I don't know why it takes that long. I mean, maybe there's just that many players, but in the next couple of games, I'll explain. It's a Star Wars game. That's the other one that I'm going to review. Now, for those of you that have been watching TV over the past, I'd say, week or two, Arnold Schwarzenegger is sponsoring this game called Mobile Strike. So it looked cool on the television screen, and it's got Arnold. So I decided to go check it out. Don't waste your time. It's such a waste of time. It is a complete ripoff of Gods of War. Complete ripoff. I mean, it's got to be made by the same company. It has to be, because they have just taken everything about Gods of War. Is that what it is with Kate Upton? God, she's fine. Good Lord. What is Justin Verlander doing right to be with her? Whew. I mean, other than, making $20 million a year pitching in Major League Baseball. Other than that. And I mean, yeah, okay, so he's a handsome guy. He's always got 5 o'clock shadow, full head of hair. But other than that, and I've heard he's an awesome teammate and a really nice guy, and he does a lot of charitable stuff for the Detroit metropolitan area. But other than that stuff, like, damn, Kate Upton, lucky son of a bitch. Anyway, whatever game she's sponsoring, it's the exact same thing except worse done. Like, I can't stand that other game because there's just too much. There's just too much stuff going on, and it's very confusing, and you can never get to where you need to go, and it's very poorly done. So Arnold struck out on this one for me, Mobile Strike. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. Now, the last one I wanted to talk about is Star Wars Commander. Now, you can go to the App Store and you can search Star Wars, and you're going to get like 50 million games. But Star Wars Commander is actually, it is so brilliantly well done. I've been playing this game for almost a year now, and I still haven't beaten it. I figure I'm getting close, but it is just a very, very well done game. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And you get to pick to be a Jedi or the dark side. And I, of course, being a fan of Darth Vader, like he's got to be like the greatest villain of all time. Am I right? But yeah. So I chose the dark side, and you get to use like the AT-AT walkers and just all the stormtroopers. You get to send in stormtroopers and all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, it's just it's an awesome game. If you're looking for a game that you don't have to like dedicate, like your entire afternoon to, like you do like Call of Duty, or if you sit down on a console like gaming system, like this game is something. It's cross-platform, so you can play it on your iPad. And if you're waiting in line at the post office, you can pick up where you left off on your phone. You sign in with Facebook. It's fucking fantastic. And they don't do those annoying posts to Facebook for you, like, I just got to level 8. Hey, come check me out, guys. Or those assholes, those Candy Crush assholes. And I don't mean that Candy Crusher assholes. I mean, they just came up with a smart marketing tool to be able to get their name out there. I'm talking about your friends on Facebook, those assholes that keep inviting you to play Candy Crush. You know them? You ever got one of those? Come play Candy Crush. And they get like, I don't know, 5 lives or something every time that they fucking spam you on Facebook. Those guys. Those assholes. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the assholes. Candy Crush they just killed it on an advertising, on a marketing level. What a brilliant idea. They're of course the only company that's going to be able to get away with that, because nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be known for that. I won't play the game simply because of that. I don't care how much fun it is. You could tell me that the game will give me head and then money. I'm not playing it. For that sole reason. The fucking Candy Crush invites. So, anyways, Star Wars Commander, that's a great game. You need to check that one out. Especially if you're a Star Wars fan. And with the new movie coming out, I can't imagine anybody is not being excited for that. My 4-year-old is excited for that, and he doesn't know anything about anything of Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars fan, check that out. I have got, you know what? I think we're going to talk sports for the rest of the show, because there's just so much stuff going on. But first, do you remember Gumnuts, the telemovie about the community of animals sharing the only plot of fertile land that survived the brush fire? Gumnuts, do you remember this? Well, the book is going to be self-published in order to allow the author to retain full control over it, and it will feature 60 pages of fun and excitement involving engaging characters, each with their own multifaceted personalities. It's being funded via the crowdfunding platform Pozible. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of this place yet, but Pozible. It's like Kickstarter, Indiegogo. You can go there, and you want to search for Gumnuts, Nutz. And with all the rewards and everything that you can get a copy of the DVD. The aim is to have the book on the market by April 2016, so that's coming up. With the help of possible users, it could be the next big children's book. And if you don't remember the movie, it was incredibly insightful. Like, to be able to speak to a child of that age, and be able to do that is just I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm saying here, but like, to be able to speak to such a young child about such a serious thing, it's very well done. So go to Pozible and search for Gumnuts. Coming up after the break, we are going to talk Broncos, New England Patriots, maybe even the Raiders for Vinny. Check him out at Vinny No Filter. Tiger Woods, Kobe, Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, Johnny Football, and I haven't had a chance to weigh in on this whole Ronda Rousey thing. That's coming up after the break.
You're listening to the Bill and Joe Show.
Speaking of Arnold, he might want to take that sponsorship of that game back. But I got this really cool Arnold thing to talk to you about. It's called the ArnoldCollection.com. It is a Schwarzenegger memorabilia business. This guy's father actually was his photographer. He's from Australia in the 1970s. And since 1970, he has just collected all of this stuff, all this Arnold memorabilia. And he wants to be able to publish a book, which is really cool. He's looking to publish a book, and he wants to sell off like some this stuff is not, you can't find this stuff by going to the store or searching on eBay. This is like one of a kind, like hand to hand stuff coming from the man, the governor, Arnold, the Terminator. This is coming from him straight to this guy's dad, and he has a collection. It's online, the ArnoldCollection.com. And